Alright, so it's been a bit since I made my last competitive Pokemon video, and there's reasons for that, which I will explain in a video that I post hopefully tomorrow, but if not then just vaguely soon. So please like and subscribe so that you don't miss out on that video, and the likes and subscribes, they just mean a lot. They mean a lot more than you think they do. Anyways, the current rule set is Regulation E, where Paradox Pokemon, non-restricted legendaries, and transferable Pokemon are competitively legal. This means that if I'm building a competitive Pokemon team, I have to keep in mind 4 primary Pokemon that my team absolutely needs an answer to. Flutter Mane, naturally, Iron Hands, Urshifu, and Fire Ogerpon. Also just gonna cut in here, Ogerpon actually massively shifted in the meta by the time I started playing. I built this team several months ago, started playing with it a couple months later, so people actually kind of stopped using Fire Ogerpon and started using Water Ogerpon instead. So even though the rules didn't change, the meta did shift. It's just kind of how things go. But yeah, basically just don't be surprised when you don't see any Fire Ogerpon in any of my gameplay. So what team can I build to counter these Pokemon? Well, it's quite obvious if you know Pokemon, or looked at the thumbnail. Trick Room is the counterplay to the meta almost 100% of the time. Fast and strong Pokemon are always really popular in the meta, so you just need to reverse the speed order and you can... Okay, I get it. I should talk about Iron Hands. Yeah, so Trick Room doesn't really counter Iron Hands, believe it or not. He has a base speed of 50. And he's kind of just a big reason why Trick Room is so hard to run nowadays. With the power of a Pokemon like Iron Hands, who is strong, bulky, and good enough to be run outside of Trick Room, he ends up working as a Trick Room counter in a way. Just put him on your team, and as soon as they set up Trick Room, you have somebody who works well in Trick Room now. As somebody who's made Trick Room teams a lot in the past, I can tell you that Trick Room is a very oppressive but very fragile strategy, which is why you never really see Trick Room that much at the very top level. Trick Room is basically a gameplay style that's telling your opponents, hey, we're playing my game now. Let's see if you can handle it. The issue comes with Pokemon like Iron Hands who throw a wrench in your Trick Room plans, as he'll thrive in Trick Room alongside your own Pokemon. When I say Trick Room is a fragile strategy, I mean it. The littlest thing going wrong can ruin your entire game. Your Trick Room setter dies before they set up Trick Room, you're probably screwed. Your sweeper dies before they kill anything, you're probably losing that game. It's not impossible to win those games, but you're just set up for failure so early. And so Iron Hands is basically this little thing going wrong that can spiral out of control. However, there is an answer. Not all hope is lost. So let me introduce you to my first team member and my primary Iron Hands counter, Fazbear, my Blood Moon Ursaluna. They're built to be a bulky, special attacking Trick Room sweeper, and he is my primary damage dealer. He can function outside of Trick Room as well, which is definitely nice, but someone with a speed of 52 is going to work a lot better in Trick Room. He is minimum speed, obviously, took a long time to get as you have to reset for it over and over again. It took me a few hours, but I got him on my French account, which is why his name appears as Ursa King in-game, in case you're wondering. He has an Assault Vest to boost his special defense, and a normal Terra type to boost his damage even more. His moves are Blood Moon for huge burst damage, Earth Power, a very strong ground type move that can deal with those pesky steel and rock types who resist normal, Hyper Voice, a strong normal type spread move for when it's not Blood Moon time, and lastly Vacuum Wave for priority kills on Pokemon who have a sash or something. The main issue with Ursaluna countering Iron Hands is that Iron Hands is slower than Ursaluna. The upside is that not all Iron Hands are built to be minimum speed, so Ursaluna will outspeed in Trick Room a lot of the time, but there is another issue, and that's that Iron Hands is a very strong physical attacking fighting type Pokemon, and Ursaluna just so happens to be weak to fighting type moves and be more specially bulky than physical. And the third issue is that even with a helping hand, Ursaluna won't be able to one-shot Iron Hands ever, without a crit. I do get a pretty reliable 2-shot with Earth Power, but it's still scary to not one-shot him. This is the main reason why Iron Hands is so freaking good and so often used, because even if you have a counter to him, it still might not be enough. So I've talked a good amount about Iron Hands, so let's move on to my next Pokemon, Iron Hands. Okay, well, I'll talk about him for a little bit longer then. Iron Hands kind of has a lot of ways you can build him, but he has one way that you basically should build him. Assault Vest, Drain Punch, Fake Out, Wild Charge, Heavy Slam. But you know what? I'm gonna say it, that build is overrated and not very good. I remember seeing a build Wolfie made in a video a few months back, and I just loved the build so much, and so I built something very similar. Basically, the premise is something bulkier and less offensive. No Assault Vest, because Ursaluna already has it, obviously, but I also think Leftover's better anyways, so my moveset is Drain Punch, naturally, Thunder Punch rather than Wild Charge because I believe the recoil from Wild Charge is really bad for a bulky Pokemon who plans on staying alive for a long time. Then I have Protect because I can win a lot more 1v1s if I Protect spam to heal from Leftovers. And lastly, Swords Dance. I know, no Fake Out, it's crazy, but hear me out on why the other moves are more important. Obviously, Thunder Punch and Drain Punch are important, like they're my main offense, I can't cut those. Protect is just a huge asset to have on a Pokemon. It allows you to stall if you need to, it allows you to bait out attacks. I believe that if you aren't running Assault Vest, you should probably be running Protect. Then it's just a question of why do I choose Swords Dance over Fake Out. Swords Dance allows me to supplement for my worst damage that I have because I invested more EVs in my defenses, which is insanely good because then I can have both my stats up. But that isn't really a good enough reason to run it because you need a time and a place to use it. And frankly, I don't want to waste my Trick Room turns on that. But the reason that this is insane is because if I establish myself as protecting frequently with my Iron Hands, I can assume that Iron Hands will not have much heat on him on turns that he, quote, should protect. And then I just get a free Swords Dance. When I built this, I was worried that I would just never use Swords Dance, but boy was I wrong. This was insane, and I would really recommend trying out this Iron Hands build sometime. I'll leave the rental team code in the comments if you're interested, but I just want to warn you that with the change of competitive scenes, the likelihood of this team remaining good is very low, so just if you use it in the future, just don't be surprised if it sucks. So let's talk about my next Pokemon, Cresselia. This one I have less to say about because I just kind of built them the normal way, except for one choice, which I'll explain. They have Mental Herb to dodge Taunt, Trick Room of course, Ally Switch is hilarious and also really good, Moonblast because I need an attack, and Helping Hand to buff the partner Pokemon. Now you might notice that they don't have the move Lunar Blessing, which heals Cresselia and their partner, and I'll be honest, it was kind of a miss to not have it. I feel like I should have put that on the moveset, but here's my pitch for Helping Hand. Helping Hand is the obvious choice to cut, but it was just too important for me to cut for one simple reason. One simple Pokemon. Amoonguss. Amoonguss is just... I can't set up Trick Room if they have an Amoonguss. I cannot have, like, fastest Pokemon on the battlefield spamming Spore. That's not okay with me. But I do have a way to counter him, and that is Terra Normal, Blood Moon with a Helping Hand one-shots him 100% of the time. The only way it does not one-shot Amoonguss is if he has Friend Guard active, which Clefairy is not that popular right now, or he has Assault Vest, which is the most stupid possible Amoonguss build ever, so I'm not worried about that either. Next on the subject of Amoonguss, Arcanine, who also counters Amoonguss. Again, I'm really scared of this Pokemon, I need Amoonguss counters. Arcanine Hisui is really good at being really strong and also a little pest. My build is a little weird on him, but I don't like Choice Band on him like most people do, so I built him using Rock Slide, Flare Blitz, Will-O-Wisp, and Protect. I think that Extreme Speed might have been better than Will-O-Wisp, but they're both good. I don't think there's a wrong choice there. My item is Wide Lens, which is probably the wrong choice, but I hate missing Rock Slide, so I'm using it. 99% accuracy Rock Slide is really good. With the Wide Lens, Rock Slide only actually has a 1% chance of missing, which in all my competitive play, I have not missed Rock Slide, so that's huge. The main role Arcanine plays in my team is just to be an Intimidate machine and a Flinch machine. And it's a very helpful asset to have on my team, but he isn't too crazy oppressive. The last two team members didn't really see a lot of play because I built this team 2 months ago, then I got busy, and then when I finally got to play my team, the meta shifted a lot. And now these two Pokemon didn't really work out too well, but I still brought them sometimes, but just not very often. One of them is just a generic support Clefairy with Eviolite. Pretty standard issue, they're just good and bulky, they provide bulk for their buddies with Friend Guard. And my last Pokemon is Water-type Ogerpon. At the time, Water Ogerpon was really an out there pick because everyone was building Fire Ogerpon, but now it's kind of really popular, so it's kind of just normal now. But I did build them with one interesting move. And that move is Focus Energy, a move that raises your crit rate by 2 stages. And since Ivy Cudgel already has an increased crit rate, it makes the crit rate 100%, which means I don't have to worry about Intimidate or Reflect ever, which is just awesome. The other moves are Spiky Shield and Follow Me. Follow Me is a very interesting move on an offensive Pokemon, but I think it's actually really, really good, as I can Follow Me when they least expect it, and I can use Water Absorb on opposing Water Ogerpons to waste their turn. Anyways, before we get into the battles, I just wanted to talk about how this team performed. My Iron Valiant team from a few months ago freaking slayed for some reason. And I wish I could say the same for this team. This team kind of struggled a lot at times, but I was still able to get results with it, which was nice. I think that the issue with this team is that it just didn't really age well. The rules did not change, but the meta did. I was building this team essentially for a different meta, so it could use a few touch-ups. I initially planned for this to be more of a hybrid Trick Room team, but I think it would have been much better if I replaced Ogerpon with somebody who worked better in Trick Room. And maybe even replace Clefairy with a different support Pokemon like a Rangaroo who functions better in a Trick Room environment, who can also function as a backup Trick Room in case Cresselia dies before setting it up. Anyways, with that out of the way, we can move on to the battles now. And again, just a reminder to like and subscribe, and remember, if you don't, there will be consequences.
We have very similar hair. No, not anymore. That's pretty expected. Please be speed. Yes! Oh, that makes sense. I'm Mental Herb though, right? Okay, thank goodness I didn't even remember if I was Mental Herb or not. Okay, huge. Unless he double protected, then that's less huge. That's really good for me. Okay. Is this Arcanine or Flutter Mane? Okay, I'm okay with that, I think. Nice. Shadow Ball, I probably die. Oh, what the heck? I have no grasp on how bulky Cresselia is. That's basically what I predicted. I didn't say any of my reads out loud, but clearly I was right. Let's see what happens. Punch. No sash. That is crazy, no sash. Wow, this guy just got completely rolled by Cresselia Iron Hands. I'm telling you, this Iron Hands that definitely I didn't steal from Wolfie, this Iron Hands is freaking insane. Why does he look so sad? Why do people set up Tailwind against Trick Room? They're so silly for that. Sludge Bomb. So, I'll explain this for those who are maybe less versed in Pokemon. I'm not going to explain what Tailwind and Trick Room do. You know what those do. But the reason why you wouldn't set up Tailwind against a Trick Room team, they can look at my team and see, hey, this is a Trick Room team. You can see the Trick Room pieces. You have Cresselia, Ursaluna, Iron Hands, you know. But the reason you wouldn't set up Tailwind is because, one, if I set up Trick Room, then you're even slower. But the more important thing is, since you're against a Trick Room team, you don't even need the Tailwind to begin with. Their design is to be slow, so you're going to be, by default, you're going to be faster than them. So no need to do it. Maybe he was concerned about Ogerpon on my team. Maybe he was concerned about Ogerpon on my team, but the thing is, I didn't have Ogerpon out, so I wouldn't have set up Tailwind right there. I would have just done something else. Maybe he has a Taunt that, I mean, Taunt wouldn't have worked well, but it would have been a better option than Tailwind. Let's just go full aggro and see how it goes. No Terra. Maybe I should have Terra'd. That seems really, really foolhardy. I don't get that play. That was not very awesome for him. Is Sinistra really the slowest here? Oh, Trick Room. Why would you set up Trick Room in front of Ursaluna and Iron Hands? King Gambit's not even slower than them. So, like, that was bold. Maybe he has something funny cooking with Klotzer, though. Oh boy. Gotta love Trick Room. We'll see. I would predict an DD switch, and I just have to hope I live it. Hope I flinch him. Endure. Interesting. He's definitely doing a silly strat. That's what every freaking... Oh, that one-shot me? Crazy. I understand that you're using weak armor, but he needs to understand something real... Oh, he's gonna switch to Ndidi, so I can't priority. God, I wish open team sheets was a thing. This is exactly what Armor Rouge players will never accept open team sheets because they know they're doing a gimmick strat. So I don't want to vacuum wave because I'm pretty sure he's sending out Ndidi here. Yep. I predicted exactly what he was going to do. It's just a matter of I didn't know, I wasn't ready to do something about it. I've fought this before. I'm just going to do the exact same opening and see if it works. Taunt. Yep, he did not predict that. I hope he does close combat. Yes! I'm just going to hope everything is okay. That's good. That means he might kill Ursaluna here. Isojet Crash. Not what I was expecting him to go for. Yeah, I didn't even flinch, so like this is all chill. Yeah, me too, buddy. Me too. I get it. I totally understand it. Like, sometimes you're just in a situation where you're like, dog, I'm screwed. This guy is completely toasting me. Like, what do I even do? No? Urishu and... That's a funny picture. I like that picture. His Iron Hands is pretty awful now. Live, please. Dang it. Yeah, I'm boned now. Maybe I just... Can I even get to Masterball tier at this point? I'm losing too hard. I just have to kind of get... I mean, I can try. Oh, okay, miss. Maybe. Okay, actually, did I just win? I was just saying how I was gonna give up, but I might have just won this turn. Okay, I scratched that. I'm making it all the way to #1 in the world. What is that? Oh, Psychic Seeds. Interesting. I don't know what to do about the kick chicken. Let's see what happens. Thunderous kick. Okay, yeah, we take that. My defense falls. Don't really care. Hyper Voice will kill Zapdos. Almost kills Ndidi. Quote, I don't know why I said almost. I meant it always takes out half health, which means the next one will almost kill. Yes. That's exactly what I wanted. So Ndidi dies from this. Excalibur takes most of his health. Excalibur dies. Okie dokie takes a big hit. How is he gonna pull this one through? How much does that do? Youch. I got the Trick Room. Oh, he could fake out. I forgot about that. No, he didn't. Regielekis fails. Was he just planning on protecting forever? How much does this do? Yes! Okay, this is huge. As long as I'm not paralyzed. Even if I am paralyzed, honestly. Okay, that's okay. Yep, I predicted that. Aqua Jet, that's not gonna kill. Crit did not matter there. Never does. And he loses because I have a priority move, and I assume Regieleki does not. That probably would have gone better for him if he just committed to Regieleki dying. Because he was just stuck with a nothing Pokemon for the entire game. Okay, 1 win. If I get a win, I get it to Master Ball tier. Did he time out? He might be AFK. That looks like his first 2 members. I think that's how it works. This would be like the most underwhelming way to get to Master Ball tier, but we take those. This is elite, I would expect, but he did run out of time, so I don't know. Okay, I still get my Trick Room. Okay, they both die. Battle was cancelled, let's freaking go! Alright, that's Master Ball tier. Like, there's 0 chance it does not put me in Master Ball tier. Haha, 5,679, not too bad. We made it. You guys didn't make it, I made it. I'm taking all the credit. Why do I say we? Like, you guys did this. You had 0 input on this. Yippee!
So yeah, I made it to Master Ball tier after a massive win streak in Ultra Ball tier, which was hype. And now that I'm in Master Ball tier, I have to do some games, you know, but, you know, frankly, I recorded this right before the season ended. I believe it was the 29th. So I only had like 1 day to play in Master Ball tier, so I just decided I'm just going to keep playing until I lose. And so here's how that went.
Nice Jirachi. Okay. This is huge. That was such a good turn. Don't send out Rillaboom. He's gonna send out Rillaboom, obviously, but... yeah. Now I will try to set up Trick Room. I highly doubt it'll end up happening, but I'll try. How much does that do? Yeesh, like half my health. Does that kill? 1 health? I am a lucky dog. Now we ally switch and hope it works. Oh, he's smart. He's a smart man. Oh, and the counter Trick Room. Let's see what happens here. Oh, that's really good for me. Provided Arcanine gets to live to do an attack. Shadow Ball. Cresselia's gonna go down. Oh, no, I forgot you were full health. Yes, double kill. Let's set up a Trick Room. I just hope he doesn't Earth Power me. Well, he did Earth Power me, but... This is so funny. That was really funny. Called out every single Earth Power. The reason I set up Trick Room, by the way, is because I assumed he would kill Arcanine, and then Iron Hands gets to win in Trick Room. Oh, I think I just lost.